Friends, good morning. This is Shamal here. In continuation to my earlier presentation on my journey of entrepreneurship or journey in my life, whatever way I have seen my life, I was talking about that part. But I want to discuss a serious matter over here. The matter is very simple one. I'm not making it more complex because those presentations, whatever knowledge and understanding or my life journey I'm sharing for the commons, like the young generation, it is not for the highly intellectual people or professors, the brilliant mind, scientists, and all our philosophers. It is not for them. It is for the young minds who are in the university level doing PhD, their academic exercise. It is for them or for students. Okay, in this process, if any very highly intellectual person are getting exposed to my videos, probably may like it or may not like it. Again, it is the personal choice. I do not know what kind of audience are accessing those kind of my videos. I do not have absolutely no idea because it's an open platform. I'm just simply sharing my thoughts. I was talking about our intellectual capabilities. If you take across the globe, what are the parameters to measure somebody is intellectual and somebody is very qualified, somebody is knowledgeable. It's been judged the kind of position somebody is holding, the kind of publications they have, kind of impact they have in the society, the kind of influence an individual is having on society or individual in a very specific subject. For that matter, it can be from any field, from politics, science, literature, art, commerce, philosophy, art, painting, or any other creative things, or it can come from multidimensional field. So it can come from any direction that can impact your life. There is no even the sportsman or the field of different games that we have. Now my question is simple. I want to focus myself in a very directed way, few aspects, because many things are there when you understand the society. Different kind of things are there. It's a basically a kind of suspended solution where you have so many ingredients. It's a soup basically. You have chicken, you have mutton, you have a lot of veg, you have starch, you have water, salt, many things. So now everything, something are dissolving, some are keeping their own identity in soup. Now you need to see that which one you want to pick and which one you are liking. So it's your choice basically. I always give preference to individual choice. I'm sorry, sorry, individual choice to decide something for their own life, what they want to pursue, and what they like. In that context, I have something to say. I have published many videos on this direction, like the education. I have very strong reservation about or lot of concern about the Indian education, the way this has been directed. It is more or less theoretical. Let me very make it a kind of a bullet points, right? One can refer my many videos on that Indian education system. First of all, it's a very kind of a theoretical understanding. Your mind is engaged with all sort of theoretical understanding where you find either it is field of science or it is field of history, geography, literature, all this feeded information dumped inside your brain. so it occupies some space, right? Now the question is over. You do not have wish or exercise your own individual capabilities because already some information that is being fed it. So natural justice to your brain or natural exercise to your brain, it is not given from the day one. I always say this British or American education system is totally kind of a mechanical way of nurturing kid and directing towards certain level. Sometimes it is not, even the kids may not be liking what the profession they are pursuing. Majority and like they are not asked that what profession you want to do. It is again directed by their parents, by the society, that okay, this subject is good, you follow it, then you may get a job or something like that. But if you understand the other education system like in Finland, where up to 16 years, like you play with all kind of modules, they give a lot of natural justice to your brain mind to think that what you like. After 16, 17, then you are selecting your subject, what you want to pursue it. That makes a lot of difference, right? Because if you take a life journey of 70, 80 years, the profession you want to continue it, I always give preference the individual, maybe given all options or choices, what is good, what is bad, from the experience, from the teacher can guide them many things. And rather than doing, we are telling, okay, you go and pick up this particular subject. So finally, what is happening? He or she might be feeling, okay, parents are telling maybe this subject is good, let me continue it. After a few years, again, there are a lot of suffocation. It brings back, there are a lot of conflicts, a lot of fight that happens. So I leave it to the young minds, that the whoever is wants to pursue their career, what they want to pursue it is their choice. So I'm not again getting into that part. I'm talking about the higher education system, where the practicality is very important. If you want to pursue your academic career and make this is a profession, that time probably you need to do many things and try to see the possibilities, whether you want to, if you pursue it, you want to make an independent life or you want to earn something, whatever knowledge you have gained throughout your career, like a medical profession or engineering profession or any technical profession, it is known obviously that you are learning something. Even if you do not get a job, you can practice it, like a chartered account and any professional skill. You are going to practice it and you are going to lead your life, that is fine. But what about the general subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, history, philosophy, for that matter? So you feel that okay, if I want to pursue it, I'll be completing my PhD, all those things, and one day I'll be going to a college, university, if not at least a teacher, wherever who I want to job, or you want to go to administrative service or any competitive exam, many things are there. But the question is over here, where is job? So I'm again concentrating in India, like no those kind of things. There are jobs are not available. Even jobs are available, the ratio is very very. It is like 1 is to 5,000 or 10,000. Let's say for example, nowadays it has been seen and observed, like if a scientist post is there, there are thousands of applicants. The Indian system, how it works. For a professor's post or lecturer post, how tough it is to get into, because in those fields many students are working, not in India, abroad, they are doing postdoctorate, various things are there, they also applying, so the competition is less. So government is not creating also job opportunities, not possible. It is like demand and supply kind of thing. You cannot have job for everybody through the government door. So nowadays things are little little good in that sense. There are a lot of private institutes are coming, and there are many guys there getting into private institute and taking up the teaching profession. My purpose is not talk about getting into this purpose. I'm talking about why in India good research institute they are not able to publish good quality papers. This is my understanding and observation because I have visited, as I have told you, many countries. I have interaction with different groups. I can name those universities. Like I went to UK, University of Sussex. I told you they have very kind of interdisciplinary thing where you have physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. They are together working, developing a system, making a prototype, getting into the manufacturing, giving business, and publishing also very quality papers in international journals like Nature, Scientific American, or respective fields. My point, what I want to make, you can publish a good paper, but coordination part in scientific community, I am trying to, well, I have seen in Finland also, in Germany also, some universities in UK. I have seen those things that coordination is there among the scientists from different department. Let's say any problem is there. I will come back why I am saying this thing. I'm giving my understanding, then I will correlate the Nobel Prize winners. I say those are the intellectuals from 1901 to 2020. I'll try to talk about something very prominent thing about the qualities of the Nobel laureates in the field of physics, chemistry, and physiology. So I don't give or don't talk about maybe for peace and literature. Those subjects are little much more open, but science subject I'm talking about, I want to concentrate, but not the economic science. I have something to say. What I was trying to tell over here is, first of all, I told you human minds are very complex. I talked about the Indian context. During my PhD, I have seen the fights between professors, the jealousy. Let's say I get a project, I bring a lot of instruments and all, I develop a nice lab. So I'm not going to allow to others. This is the typical Indian mentality. Even if you are sitting next lab, also you are not supposed to touch my machine. This is the majority that phobia that this person is going to snatch my things and maybe he will be publishing more things, and those things are very much prominent in their mind. They try to avoid each other. See, once personally avoiding each other means in a scientific thoughts, let's say any idea and principle you are dealing, you need, let's say you are a plant physiologist, you need help from a biotechnologist, you need to take help from a microbiologist, or an agronomist for that matter, or a biophysicist to understand, because to understand any subject or matter you need to have many dimension into it. It is not the physical morphology that is going to give the real picture of the whole thing. Definitely, as I have told wrong back written a poetry, inner eyes. The science that is working on your inner eyes, how you visualize the thing, your interpretation. Most of the scientific greatest discovery from Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, Heisenberg, Max Planck, everybody, if you take their ideas are very kind of a theoretical ideas. Those theoretical ideas they put into their stimulator, that is the brain, and how much reasoning power they have, how much analytical power they have, and they try to draw the mathematical modeling. This is the idea level, and then they check everything in reality. What I was trying to tell, first of all, you need to have this understanding first to conceptualize that idea, then bring that idea into reality level. Most of the astrophysics, most of the physics, understanding the matter, the orbit, spinning, everything, your chaos theory, they're all theoretical idea. To understand environment, mathematical modeling, to understand the climate change studies, those are all discoveries done many years back, and they have got the Nobel Prize in many fields, either is the physics, chemistry, and biology or medicine, whichever way. Friends, again, I have taken the Nobel part into consideration. Indian context, the problem. I told you my previous video in freedom movement, we are not able to work as a unit. The integration problem, individually we are very good. Being as a biologist or a microbiologist, I am very good. It doesn't mean that I know all the things. Being as a microbiologist, I need a molecular biologist, I need a plant physiologist to understand. A good scientific paper can be only achieved or seen the goal if the coordination is there. Even though you need a mathematician also, a statistical analysis, a good statistician, or for that matter, your idea, everything. There are interdisciplinary actions are required to come out with a good publication and to explore your idea or to postulate your idea or to convince, look, this is my objective and I have tried many dimension into it and I have come to a conclusion, this is what it is. So it is acceptable and it has got more relevance. Here I talked about the freedom movement. Our freedom movement is not very scattered, it's a light scattering. It goes this direction, that direction. So there is a fight between all light rays. So final objective, your final transmission is getting lost on this path. The internal fight, many things. So similar way in our science and technology, last 75 years, whatever things are happening or happened, now things are little more in the good institute. There are school of life science, school of chemistry, like all the things they're coming together and trying to do different discipline coming together and trying to do publish papers. Again, I'm not an expertise, but I only see the output. It should reflect in terms of getting award or getting some international award from science, some XYZ scientists. Those are the indicators. I told you the intellectual capabilities in our framework of education system only can be judged by if anybody is getting an award that can quantify somebody. Otherwise, there is no other parameter, even how intelligent you are, how knowledgeable you are, that cannot be judged. Maybe after death, somebody will tell, okay, this person was very intelligent. Okay, this person doesn't see all those things from heaven. So there are many things that happen after death also. Somebody is identifying, somebody is very knowledgeable, very intelligent, his literature has got a lot of potential, his science discovery, whatever things he has written is very nice and good. That is a separate topic in your lifetime. That's why Nobel Prize, as long as you're alive, if you are doing something, you get the prize, otherwise you forget it. How much discovery you have done doesn't matter at the end of the day. Otherwise, Galileo also could have got Nobel Prize today, which means I am trying to tell, if you are alive, only you get Nobel Prize. Gandhiji also not got Nobel Prize. People say that Nathuram Godse killed him just before he was putting his nomination, that 3 months back. Nathuram Godse finished him. So this is a different topic altogether, but people blame Nathuram Godse that he has denied a Nobel Prize from India. Friends, I have a long video in that context. I have a difference in that direction, but I'm not getting into that part. My purpose of telling over here to publish a good paper, you need to have good correlation, human relation from your colleague from the same university, different university, collaboration that is required to bring a good paper, to nurture a good idea. As I have told you, I have seen they are developing very top end system like chlorophyll fluorescence imaging system, where can you imagine it can, like if somebody is understanding the biology, like they have developed from plant physiology, biotechnology, microbiology, and it's with a software, like it can capture the image of the surface area of leaf, and it can directly quantify the chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B through the image analysis. It can also quantify the mineral deficiencies through spot analysis, and you also it can study different dwarfism through tissue culture, which plant is coming bigger, like selection. So again, it is coming from the Mendel concept. The how many things I have told you here: physicists are there, a software engineer is there, biologist are there, microbiologist, plant physiologist. How many divisions are coming, bringing a system? Finally, what if you want to bring a system or a good paper, you need 5, 6, 7 lot of interdisciplinary action. That kind of coordination and understanding, that means that individual has to understand all those things. This person has to interact with all those people, coordinate and publish. This coordination, human one-to-one coordination, is very difficult. That's why you see any revolution also is good idea come up. If you think about Chinese revolution, the early time, what had happened, only 1 or 2, 3%. Same thing, Russia. It started from one, many people have left. Same thing here in industry, Narayan Murthy, all friends brought together. Finally, many people they have left, taken their share. But the people who have continued their journey for a longer time, they are successful today. Friends, what I was trying to tell you, I do not have anything enmity or anything about the science, because I don't understand the science, because they are the great scientists, great directors, lot of institute directors, general, vice chancellor. I had little interaction in terms of my technology, what I do, what I share. Very specific way we discuss what best we can do, but I do not have the authority to judge what kind of research they are doing. My only submission is being as a biologist, whatever knowledge and understanding I have, in that capacity I am speaking, because this is a big talk, it is not a small talk. I am telling here very simply and honestly, in India, science cannot be developed until or unless interdisciplinary people or scientists or researchers they come together, do collaborative work in order to conclude something. Let's say in present day corona, what is happening? We are just thinking in one way. There are many ways to determine. Long back, I have analyzed in normal aerosol, like this coronavirus, if it is airborne. There are light scattering technologies. I've had a lot of interaction with a company from UK. I'm not naming. They work on light scattering. If you in a chamber, sorry, if you have aerosol like coronavirus or any other micro particles, if you pass laser light, it takes deviation, like a lot of lights. Probably you can with different frequency, you can see the variation we are talking about here. The coronavirus, Omicron, what kind of things they are doing, I really do not know. In my idea, physics can be brought into this subject to understand exactly the difference between Omicron and coronavirus, different variants. That is what I want to tell over here. Through the light scattering, the path, the angle it is taking, you can literally quantify the dimension of each virus particulate or particles Based on the shape and size and light reflection, you can derive the species and subspecies. Friends, this is the idea I had long back. It is not today. 15 years back, when I was thinking about the erosional biology, I don't see COVID 19 as a virus. I treat as a particles, as a dead particles, भटकते हुए आत्मा जिसको बोलते हो, घूमते रहता है, इंसान ढूंढते रहता है इसका शरीर में हम जाएंगे, शरीर ढूंढते रहता है, शरीर मिल गया तो जिंदा हो गया. So virus is a very kind of a cocktail creation by nature or by God. So even I do not have authority to understand virus. It's the only organism when it is not with the host as a dead. When it is with the host, it's alive. So can you derive the concept of Atma? I talked about my previous videos that when your body you are dead, where your Atma goes. So there are many philosophies. There is no scientific proof that Atma also gets into fried into burning heart or gets into chicken fried kind of thing, or it goes and takes the other shelter. There are many philosophies. But this virology is a very kind of a puzzle. Have you seen in the living world any organism as having two state? One is a kind of a behaving like a inert, a silent hibernation, no biological activities. But once it is in contact with the host, it is very active. And in COVID-19 case, it is very interesting that it was nicely enjoying and sharing life with pangolin and other animals, everything. So suddenly it jumped to human. So that love affair is ended with the pangolin of COVID 19. What is this love affair? It's something like that somebody is living with somebody for many years, millions of years. Suddenly they found a new lover like a human woman. So COVID is coming at your doorstep. I love you so much, darling. Please come, take me at your home. So I want to live with you. So after so much penetration, they infect you, and the love converted into very toxic kind of relation. Then it went up to the burning heart. So what kind of love affair that is going between COVID-19 or Omicron? I really do not know. I do not have any answer. Friends, I have deviated my topic in a again different way. I was talking good publication. Probably one can take my joke into a very serious mode, do some good research work. They can get some direction. That is what I want to feel. I want to understand the love affair, what is going on between COVID 19 or Omicron. Is the artificial synthesis that is going on, or it is natural selection? I want to see what is Charles Darwin is thinking is natural selection or theory of evolution or origin of life, whatever you say. So, what wisdom God is having sending COVID 19 and Omicron and multiplying through human body, I want to understand that part. Friends, whole night I have not slept. I have a lot of ideas that is in my mind, it is moving. In 24 hours almost I am just sitting in chair and closing my eyes, having many things, many scattered idea. It is like a light scattering. When your mind is filled with many things, you try to get some kind of vent or outlet and try to release something. I am releasing one by one. You might not like it, you might hate it, you might dislike it, my idea. Probably I might be wrong, but being as a microbiologist, I every time I say 30 years back I projected this world is moving towards a kind of a biological war. Long back I have written in many poetries like in Parthenium and One can refer my poetry, three, four poetry. I have directly told that there won't be any kind of nuclear war nowadays. If is there anything the biological war? I have published close to 20-25 videos on this coronavirus and what is going on. What is the love affair is going on, or this love affair is punched with money? Because I could see Omicron is a beautiful lady or beautiful girl with so much lipstick and painting, trying to find out a bachelor or a married man or an old man to marry her, to extract money. This money is not going to be utilized by this COVID 19 virus, it is benefiting their producers. Now you have understood what I am trying to tell over here. So, this forecasting I have done, and this producer, it's like no milking. So, you produce something. There's a poor man, they have many kids, right? If you ask them what they will say, how many kids you have? 10, 15. Why so many kids? No, each is having two hands. If they grow, they will earn in two hands. If I have 20 hands, means 10 kids is going to earn money. That is their level of thinking, right? Because they cannot think beyond that. They feel only hand can earn money, it can pull money because you have to work. But the intellectual minds, the political minds, the scientific mind, all those minds, when they work for the country, for the benefit, I refer everybody to get into the Second World War, how Einstein was fooled in Second World War. Same Einstein was treated as a father of nuclear bomb. He was writing to American president that time there is a need of nuclear bomb. He was fooled totally. How Japan was destroyed, how Oppenheimer, he was the project director. I am requesting everybody to get into that part. Now, if you say that Einstein was the father of nuclear bomb, he is a destroyer. Same Oppenheimer was reading Bhagavad Gita. He was a project director of Manhattan Project. He was crying literally in 1945, 6th August. His eyes is full of tears. He's telling that I'm the destroyer. Blood's in my hand. Can you imagine a scientist, a project director is crying and telling all those words? Friends, history is very bitter. Either it is a scientific history or literature or world political history, it is very, very bitter thing. Scientists, they have got pure heart. Einstein was also regretting after 1945. They have given all lucrative offers from American establishment to take care of the hydrogen bomb project. They have refused. You know what kind of penalty they have to bear? Oppenheimer was left aside. You know who is Richard Feynman, by the way? He got the Nobel Prize. He was also one of the physicists to work for the Manhattan Project under Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer has got not the Nobel Prize, but the Richard Feynman, he got Nobel Prize. Friends, what I was trying to tell you, if you deviate from the wisdom of the political establishment, you are a bad boy. It had happened in Second World War. Because Einstein got Nobel Prize in 1921. It is the American establishment who took Einstein from Germany to Princeton University, given him shelter because of the fear of Nazis, Hitler. Okay, this is another chapter. I'll come back to you about this debate. What I'm trying to tell over here is, if you are extremist in science also, you don't have any place. If you have a very humanistic view, or view about certain principle. If you stick to that, your place is questionable. That's why many free thinkers, they don't work for anybody because they don't understand the system. There will be many obligation. I'll come back to you because I have spoken close to 36 minutes. So I want to stop this part. I'll take another video because it will be a long discussion so that I clear out my thoughts. I have not covered up the Indian context, the Indian Nobel laureates in the science and economics, and the global Nobel laureates, and our standard of the articles or publication. That part I want to cover. Once again, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Bye. Take care.